We need saints without cassocks or veils. We need saints with jeans and sneakers. We need saints who listen to music, who go to movies. We need saints who are committed spiritually and committed to the poor. This message went viral after Pope Francis addressed the millions of youth in Brazil.
The 84-year-old Jesuit priest had been in prison since October 2020. Father Stan had been accused of terrorism, but he always denied the charges, saying he was being targeted for advocating for the rights of the indigenous Adivasis in Jharkhand.
$54 wounds था उसके शरीर में।
This prayer clearly communicates a message that the holiness or call to sainthood is not to very few but to everyone. So my dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the feast of all saints, we are invited to be holy and to be saints. In our scriptural traditions, when God called Israelites, He called them to be blameless and holy. He called Abraham to be a blessing to all people. And in the gospel we hear Jesus telling us, "Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect." And in the letter to the Peter, we hear Peter telling us that we are a chosen race, belong to the royal priesthood. All these messages communicate to us our primary call is to be holy. Later in the church tradition, we have Lumen Gentium that says, call of holiness belongs to everyone. That is why Pope Francis, in his encyclical Gaudete et Exsultate, he said, the most attractive phase of the church is holiness. And in Fratelli Tutti, he invites the holiness of the gospel should be sounded in the public squares and in public places, in political and financial life. So the question is, what is it to be holy? What is it to be a saint? Is it just lowering your eyes, getting away from the world and people? No. Holiness is completely immersing oneself with the world and in the life of people. 4 characteristics of being holy. The first one is, being holy is knowing myself fully well. Thomas Merton says, to be holy is to know myself. So all of us have our own joys and sorrows, our own shadows and lights, our own strengths and weaknesses. Once you know who you are, we can say that we are holy. Secondly, holiness is to be courageous, what we call in Greek parrhesia, the boldness. A person who is holy is also courageous, who takes new initiatives, who remains faithful and is always creative, and that makes him or her to take path that is not traveled. Third characteristics of being holy is doing small things with great love and kindness. Oscar Romero reminds us, we cannot do everything, but all of us can do something. And through that something that we do out of kindness and mercy, we can be holy. And finally, we can be holy by promoting holiness among people. Due to our own weaknesses and limitations, we may not become holy or saints. However, around us, in our own families, in our workplace, and in our society, we have many people who strive towards the path of saintliness. By encouraging them, by affirming their identity of being holy, we can be holy. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us strive towards this path of holiness and make our world a holy and a better place to live in.